So over the lifetime of my channel, which has been just about 2 years now, I have been asked multiple times how to start a channel. What's the things that you need to know, do's and don'ts? Also, how do you maintain a fragrance channel in order to continuously grow subs, stuff like that, things that you want to know, things that you don't want to know. And then lately, I've also been asked if I could do a series talking about that, what it's like to be a fragrance reviewer, how to start a channel, all that good stuff. So I am actually going to start a series starting today talking about different parts of making a channel, a fragrance channel, what it takes behind the scenes, how to start a channel, all that good stuff. And while I'm a smaller channel, I don't have like the full grasp on what it's like to be a larger channel. I feel like over the last 2 years it's been pretty well, so I'm going to give you the information based on my point of view. So today we're going to be talking about starting a channel. So without further ado, let's get it. What's going on, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka FragranceDoud. Thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another fragrance video, but we're not going to be talking about actual fragrances today. There might be a little bit mixed into this series, but with that said, we are going to be talking about the series is going to be revolving around having a fragrance channel and what it's like behind the scenes, from editing to filming the actual videos, things that you need to know, because I've been asked so many questions. And the main question that I've always been asked, and I get asked this in almost every live stream, is how do you start a fragrance channel? What are some tips to starting a fragrance channel? And so that's what we're going to start this whole series with. Again, I'm going to do it like every couple weeks. I might throw one in here just randomly if I need a filler video. But before we get into actually talking about it, if you do like my content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Everybody else hit that like. Get me put on the algorithm so that we can get this channel blowing up. Also, comment below if you have any questions on making a channel or anything like that. Feel free to let me know. And again, we're just going to be talking about starting a channel. So again, the question that I always get asked is either how do you start a fragrance channel, or what are the best tips that you have for somebody that wants to start a fragrance channel? And my one that I always say, and if you are a subscriber of mine for a while, you'll know, I always say, just start the fucking channel. That is the number one tip. And I'm not trying to be rude. It's just, I have talked to people before that wanted to start a channel and they would put it off for like 9 months, and then they would get into it. They would have so many questions about starting a channel instead of actually starting that channel, and they lost 9 months of what they could have been gaining subscribers and knowledge and stuff like that. I always say just start a channel, because I'm going to tell you from behind the scenes, from my point of view, if you go back and you watch, I actually had to delete some of my original videos because they were that bad. I started my channel with, I think, like 28 bottles of fragrance, and I was actually on the other end of this table, and I had a plastic little stand for the fragrances where I would bring out like 12 fragrances and I would sit them behind me. I didn't have anything to prop my phone up, so it would be actually looking up at me. And what I would do is I would take a box like this, and I didn't have a microphone, so I would take my iPhone headphones and I would just put the one where the microphone is, and I would put it over the box, and I would sit it right here. And for the first 6 months of my channel, I would just be using an iPhone headphone that was hanging over a box like this. And to this day, I still don't use a laptop. I do all of my editing, all of my stuff from my phone. And the only drawback to that is that if you're doing a live stream with multiple people, StreamYard, you cannot hook a microphone up like this onto your actual, you can't hook it up to your phone whenever you're doing a StreamYard, because StreamYard does not accept it. You have to have a laptop to do that. In my laptop, I have a laptop, and it's a work laptop, and it does not accept this microphone. So unfortunately, I do have to use iPhone headphones for that, but I'm getting a laptop strictly for streaming purposes pretty soon. With that said, So what are the things that you need to know? So again, start your channel. Just if you have a thing in mind, you have enough fragrances, I would at least have at least 20 to 30 fragrances before you start a channel, just so you have enough content to be able to do. And when you're starting your channel, if you don't have a crap ton of fragrances, like 100 or more, because for a newbie, that's a lot. For me, I didn't have that many, so I was doing single bottle videos. And so while I still do that, you need to go into it at least having some content in mind. Do I want to review each fragrance separately? You don't want to go in if you have 20 fragrances and do two top 10 lists, because people are going to be like, you have the same fragrances on them, or you're done after that. You want to go in and do it depending on how many fragrances you have. You want to have a plan in mind as to what videos you want to make. So again, I didn't have many fragrances, so I knew I was going to do single bottle videos. Also, you want to go into it with a theme for your channel in mind. When I started my channel, my theme was going to be a follow along with my journey. And so it was going to be that you are going to watch me open up all these different fragrances that I've never tried before, and you're going to follow along with me on my journey into niche fragrances while being a designer release channel at heart. So brand new designer releases, I was going to get as many as I could, and over the last 2 years, I got every single designer release, and I've tried it out until 2024, which I've kind of slowed down on, even though I've tried almost every one of them. So you want to have a theme for your channel. So also a good name. I started my channel name was Fragrance for Dummies, and I had my face on like a For Dummies book, and it was stupid. But my third video was about Boss Bottled Oud, and I got that in, and my daughter thought I said dude because she's never heard of oud before, and so that's how it came up, FragranceDoud. So yeah, that's the main things I would say. Start your channel. You want to have an idea of what your channel is going to be about, whether you're going to just do single bottle videos. If you have a crap ton of fragrances, you know you're going to do a lot of lists. If you're going to focus primarily on Middle Eastern and clones, you need to have an idea of what you're going to do. You also want to know what the trends are, and that's not a big deal going into it, but you want to know, like right now, obviously, if you're in the fragrance community, you know the trends are top 10 lists, kind of corny videos, just like top 10 lists to make your panties quake, shit like that. That's the kind of stuff that are big. And then clones. Like if you look at my clone video, I don't do clones that much, but I did a top 10 clone video, and it was my first time doing a top 10 clone anything, and it got like 30,000 views, and my next highest was like 6,000, and I was like, that's just nuts. But I'm not one to just follow trends because it's getting me viewers. That's one thing. I don't care if I have 100,000 subscribers or 8,000 subscribers. I don't care. I don't even look at how many views I get. I don't look at the numbers. So don't be a number cruncher, especially when you first start out. But when you first start out your channel, you also, if you want to, I know a lot of people, they give up real quick. You start your channel, you don't get a lot of views and subscribers over the first like few months, so you give up. Well, for me, I hadn't found a way around that, and that was giveaways. So what I would do is I would do decant giveaways, which people are pretty interested in giveaways, at least to get your channel to grow to like 100 to 200. Once you get there, it's pretty easy to climb a few hundred every month, but it's that first 100 to 200, even up to 500, that is the most difficult. You also want to make sure you're posting constantly. YouTube has an algorithm, and that algorithm is based on showing consistency as far as your posts. So if you want to post one time a week, make sure you're posting one time a week on the same day at the same time. You want to make sure you're doing that at least up until like a few thousand, because after that you can do whatever you want. But you want to post in a consistent basis. The more you post, the better. That's why if you see people posting 7 times a week, and then they're also doing a bunch of shorts. So shorts don't equal views on full videos. So what I've already noticed is that if you post shorts, it will get you more subscribers. But those are going to be empty subscribers when it comes to views on your full videos, because usually the people who watch shorts aren't watching your full videos. That's what I found most of the time. So if you want to gain more views, you want to gain more monetization and stuff like that, once you hit 1,000 subscribers, it's better to concentrate more on full videos. But if you want to gain subscribers quickly, there's a different algorithm for shorts, and you get a lot more views on shorts, kind of like on TikTok. And so you would post maybe 2 shorts a day, and again, be consistent. Post one at 11 a.m. and one at 2 p.m. And then you also want to know what the peak hours are on YouTube. Monday through Friday, it's between 10 and 2 Eastern Standard Time, at least for me. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, it's 11 to 4. So those are the peak times for YouTube. You want to post those. And then that's the basis of wanting to post whenever you start a channel. You also want to make sure that you have all of the accoutrement when it comes to starting a channel. Again, I didn't have that, but if you want to, you can get a $60 Blue Yeti microphone. That is very easy to hook up. And if you want to just use your phone, you don't want to use a laptop and stuff like that, all I did was get a USB to iPhone hookup, which I have right there. That's hooked up to this USB cord, and it hooks right into your phone. And guess what? Now you got your videos. You film your video, and then you edit. And on your phone, you can use things like Splice or CapCut, which are apps on both iPhone and Android. And they are either free or $4.99 a month. And you can edit, you can add music and all that stuff. It's a super simple process. And then you just post it. And it's super easy to do that. And when you're posting, you just want to make sure that in your titles that it includes the fragrance that you're doing, or it like top 5 fragrances for men. You always want to include the word fragrance or cologne, and then you also want to make sure that that fragrance is bold, what you're trying to sell to that person with that video topic. You want to sell that video topic by putting it as bold and as front and center as you can. And then also in the description, you want to do hashtags. You don't want to do too many, but you want to do like hashtag fragrance, hashtag Tom Ford if it's a Tom Ford video. That's the kind of stuff that you need to know whenever you're starting a channel. But the main thing that you want to know is just start your damn channel. Just make sure that you're not, and the type of things when you're talking to a camera, it's difficult at first. Everybody has that difficulty. Like I always said, like in between each sentence because I didn't know what to say. And it just gets better with time. So when you're starting a channel, just make sure that you have everything you need. You have a stand. You can go to Five Below and get a $3 phone stand, which is what I have right here. And I don't even need anything else. Again, I spend like $2 a month on everything when it comes to actually making the videos. And then you want to make sure that you're not grinding yourself out. So if you are planning on posting 7 days a week, do it all on one day. So on a Sunday, record all your videos and edit all your videos and post all your videos and schedule them all, because you don't want to be doing it every single day. And so that's what I do. On Mondays, I have the day off. And so I stay about 3 hours I spend recording my content. And then I spend about 3 or 4 more hours editing and scheduling that content. And sometimes I get lazy and then I have to do it during the week, and it's super annoying. But with that said, that is how you start a channel. Again, this is going to be a series, but that is just the basis of starting a channel. Just start the channel, make sure you have a nice theme in mind, make sure you have the equipment, which is not very expensive. And even if you don't have the equipment, still start the channel. Use a microphone, use whatever. Use your Bluetooth headphones if you have to. Just start the channel, just start talking and get that conversation out there. Try to go to other channels' live streams and just talk so people see your name and be like, oh, maybe I'll go to that channel. That's the best way to do it. And then obviously live streams, community tabs, stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with another one. Peace out.